Bigger than the score on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on just a little bit later. We had some technical issues, and also everybody was coming in and getting packed, but we got a full show this morning. So excited to be here with Harrison, who's got his Chicago Bears shirt on.
Yeah, season's over, but we got the #1 pick, so I can't feel too bad.
You got to look up in the bright side somehow. So great game last night too.
Oh my gosh. That was a game that I haven't seen that in the playoffs, like a long time since the Super Bowl with the Falcons when they lost to Tom Brady.
Well, I saw they're up there blaming their charter and blaming the core. I was like, man, that's on the offense right there. I mean, you get the 5 picks and you can't turn it around. That's something else.
I've never seen that +5 in turnovers.
Wow.
And they take a loss.
Wow. Well, hey, with that being said, I want to get right into it. So we got a full show of the hour that we've got left. And I just kind of want to start off and introduce Emily Koopman. And so, most of our show here today is going to be on honoring Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. Actually, it's his birthday today. And so if you were alive, he'd be 94 years old. But tomorrow's the official recognition, nationwide recognition of Dr. King. And with that, we got some things going on in the community. And so I just wanted to make sure that we highlighted some of those. And Emily has been a part of that. She's the executive director at the Belmont Community Center. And so I want to have her introduce herself, and welcome for being here, Emily.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Emily Koopman. I am a resident here in Lincoln and have been a part of the rally since, I was 16. So I can't do that math, but,
awesome.
Half my life. So, yeah, excited to be here.
Fantastic. So, Emily, going into it, you talked about the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Youth Rally. Tell us a little bit, what is that?
Yeah, so the youth rally is something that came from community leaders who came together and said, we want youth voice in this community to be spotlighted. We think that ties critically to Dr. King's legacy and life mission, and Dr. Leola Bullock really led that charge in gathering community members and saying, let's make and create this platform for youth. And once we build it, let's back up and let them lead it. And so that's what's been happening for, I don't know, over, what is it? What are we at? 28 years. We're on 28
year. Yeah. 28th year. And so this experience has been going on for 28 years. It's happening tomorrow. Tell us, how did you get connected to it?
Yeah, I was in, I'm actually from Raymond, Nebraska. So grew up just right outside of Lincoln here. And when I was a sophomore in high school, I got involved in Leadership Lincoln. That's how I met you, Pete. And I remember I had to ask my parents to get MLK Day off because when I was in high school, we didn't have that day off where I was at. And so I asked my parents to take the day off when I was a sophomore in high school to go see my friends who I'd met in Leadership Lincoln be a part of the youth rally in March. And so I went and saw it. And then on the back of the program, it says, want to get involved? And I said, yeah. And so I remember talking to you about it, Pete, and it just kind of unfolded from there. And I got to be a part of the committee when I was a junior and senior in high school.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, we also got Daniel Turner. And so Daniel is a longtime member of the rally in March. And so, Daniel, glad to have you here.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you.
Awesome. So, Daniel, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you go to school? Have you always gone to school in Lincoln? Give us a little bit of insight who Daniel Turner is.
I've always gone to school in Lincoln. I've been going to school here since 3rd grade at Belmont Elementary School. I ended up going to Park Middle School for my middle school years, and now I'm at Southwest High School currently.
Awesome. And so, Daniel, tell us, what are some of the things that you're involved in outside of the rally? What have you done? You said you were at Belmont, at Park, and now at Southwest, getting ready to graduate and going to be in the class of 2023. So congratulations to Mr. Turner.
What I do outside the MLK is I have a small group at school that me and another girl at my school just started. It's called Black Caucus, where we get all the students together in our school building who are African Americans, Latinas, Natives, any color, doesn't even matter. You all come in and we just learn about our culture and get a more of an understanding.
Fantastic. And so one of the other involvements you've been in, I've had the privilege and the honor to engage with you, I think, like you said, since you've been in 5th grade, is the annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Youth Rally. And if you have not seen Daniel Turner, I'm going to tell you, you need to make sure that you come out, Harrison. I'm telling you right now, you will need to come out on Monday and you will need to listen to this young scholar. He will blow you away. Every year he's been involved. The I don't even the word passion is overused, but the investment, the ownership, the directness, but just the warmness that he brings within his pieces will knock you out. And I've seen that year in, year out.
What time is that again, real quick for our listeners?
Yeah. So the rally starts. You can doors open. It's at the Student Union in the Centennial Room in the ballroom. So it's actually upstairs, and so many people have been there. We've got Dr. Lawrence Chatters, DJ XL, who's going to be spinning some of the sounds of yesterday and today. I put in a couple key sweat requests, so we'll see what happens. But that's going to start at 8:45, and just a networking community opportunity until 9:30. Then there'll be a pre-recorded pre-rally from 9:30 to 10, and then at 10 o'clock we'll have the live rally. And it's a hybrid opportunity, but it's our first year in 2 years to really have the community come back out, and so we're really encouraging people to come out, to network, to engage. It's going to be a phenomenal time. You're going to get to see scholars like Daniel out there. So
absolutely. So again, if you guys, he said 8:45, doors open. If you guys have questions, Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. If you guys have any questions about it, we can lead you down the right road on what you need to know and get down there. So again, that's the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685.
So Daniel, tell us a little bit as we were going. Just tell us a little bit about like your involvement in the rally and what has that meant to you.
My involvement in the rally meant a lot to me. Learning about our culture and able to be a young scholar, someone at my age, learning to be able to open my voice and be able to speak to the public in our community about the changes and what we can do to get everyone involved and bringing the community together. That's what I love so much, was that we brought the community together. And the MLK Youth Rally, we got together, we got our pieces put together, and we gave them to our community people.
That's fantastic. And so, Emily, you've been a community stakeholder. We don't call people sponsors, and 93.7 The Ticket has been a stakeholder for the last couple of years, and really appreciative of that. And so tell us, as a community member, why is it important to support positive youth action in the community and things like the youth rally?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're realizing now more than ever that youth have more than just something to bring to the table, right? They have this energy. They want to build the table themselves. They want to talk about things openly and honestly and find solutions. They're lucky, right? I mean, looking at it from an adult perspective, I feel like youth are lucky. There's not as much separation and polarization. It starts to start at some point, everyone can talk about the high school lunchroom, right? It starts to start at some point. You kind of form your own kind of groups, but at the same time, being able to transcend those groups is so much easier at that age. And you see that happening in our schools and our places of gathering in our community centers, our libraries, at the rally itself. And so it's just so important to let the youth lead these conversations because they are already focused on unity. They're not focused on maybe their side of the issue or whatever the case may be. They're focused on unity, and they're focused on progress on behalf of our community and our world. So
no, and thank you. And this is 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson, and joined here with Emily Koopman, who's the executive director at the Belmont Community Center. I'm going to have her share a little bit about what the BCC is here in a little bit. I know it's just celebrated a anniversary a couple months ago. And then with Daniel Turner, who's a member of the planning committee. And so, Daniel, our theme this year is MLK, or I should say your theme this year is MLK to me. And so as you think about that, your knowledge of Dr. King probably comes from books and YouTube videos and people reciting a line or two out of a speech. Like, what is MLK to you? If you were to finish that prompt, MLK to me is what?
MLK to me is someone who's important, someone who's took a stand and to believe in what he said. And that's what I love so much about Martin Luther King Jr. He believed in what he said, and he believed in what he was doing, and he didn't care about what others thought about what he was doing or what he had falling up behind him. He was like, I'm going to lead this community and believe into making a change for African Americans.
No, and I think what you said is so poignant. And, as you ended, making a change for, African Americans, but he made a change for so many others. He made a change for women. He made a change for our, Native scholars and adults and, so many individuals moving forward. So as you look at that, Daniel, what are some things you're hoping that people that attend the youth rally on Monday? And if you want more information on that, you can go to mlkyouthrally.com. mlkyouthrally.com, and it'll have all the information, what's going on, people that are speaking, engagements. But what do you want people to get? We always talk about empower. How's it going to empower people? How is it going to educate people? And how is it going to engage people?
It's going to empower people by us young scholars who are going to get up there tomorrow morning and give that big speech in front of so many. We're going to educate them by giving them a story of what was happening and how we're going to make that change today. We're going to educate and engage them more by using the power of our voice in order to get them to understand what we're trying to tell them so they can take on for the rest of their lives.
Wow. And I think you, again, Harrison, I can't say it enough. You do not, I'm gonna actually put up a clip of one of Daniel's pieces on the website. That's mlkyouthrally.com. And I'm going to also send it to you all, because this young man, as well as everybody else, when they talk about bringing fire, that's what he does each and every time. Emily, in closing, why should people attend on Monday?
Absolutely. People should come out tomorrow or view online because, the statement still stands. Tomorrow's not a day off. It's a day on. We've known that for a long time. And it's that moment for you to take a moment and just take a pulse. Take a pulse on where we're at as a nation. Take a pulse on where we're at as a community. Take a pulse on where we're at as treating each other like neighbors. It's this moment for all of us to collectively stop and to hear from the people we're raising in this community. I'm talking to adults at this point, but everyone else too, right? Hear from your peers, hear from somebody, and really start to think and how, what do we want 2023 to look like here in Lincoln? I think the rally will give some insight to that from the voices of our youth.
All right. Well, as we go to break on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score, we'll be back with two more scholars that are involved in tomorrow's youth rally.